if you're trying to find a bank that will give you an unsecured credit card to help you build your credit or rebuild your credit, well, we're talking about what Chase just recently offered, okay? And this has been out a while, but many people are not even aware of it. Chase has a credit builder credit card, okay? It's unsecured. And the thing about it is you do have to have a checking account with Chase to have a higher chance of approval. Now, that does not say you won't be approved for this credit builder credit card, but you'll have a higher chance of approval. All right. Now, this credit card is the Chase Freedom Rise credit card. All right. Now, the interesting thing about this here card, because it helps rebuild your credit, one of the things about it, it may count against you as a 524. So what that means is that with Chase, in order to get approved for their cards and stuff, they see if you have 5 accounts that's been open revolving accounts over the past 24 months. That's what the 524 rule means, okay? Now, the reason that you want this card, especially if you're rebuilding your credit or you're just starting to build your credit, is because of that 524 rule. Also, to help you get in their database so that you can apply for other credit cards down the line. All right, and I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video to show you how to leverage that. Now with Chase, they will pull, usually if you're starting out, they'll pull your TransUnion and your Experian. Okay, now the interesting thing about it with this Chase Credit Builder, they will give you a credit limit increase after 6 months. All right, so that's the good thing about it. They look at how you're utilizing the card and stuff. Now, let me explain to you about the credit limit increase so that it can help you better. If you're going to utilize the card, say that they give you a $500 card. Well, most people, they would get upset and say, well, I don't want to use this card. It's only $500. But I always tell people what you want to do with that $500 card. If you got like a utility bill, if you have like a subscription with Netflix or Hulu or something like that, I would max out that card every month and pay it off, okay? Or at least pay it down to 9%. So that way, when that 6 months is up and they see that you're actually utilizing that card and you're maxing that card out, now they're going to give you a higher credit increase, okay? At the same time, like I said, if you have a checking account that you open up with the $250, then also I would add that you put at least $25 a week into that checking account as well, okay? So you're building that relationship of trust with Chase. Now, another thing that Chase offers is the free credit score. Okay. Now the interesting thing about Chase's free credit score is the Chase Credit Journey. Now, here's the thing about it. This is going to help you because I'm going to show you a backdoor way to get more credit cards. Now, with Chase, that Chase Credit Journey system that they offer, it is a Vantage 3. Okay. And so what that means with a Vantage 3 scoring is Chase doesn't pull Vantage 3. They use FICO 8, okay? However, since they actually give you a Vantage 3 scoring, I'm going to show you some of the easiest institutions you want to go to leverage that Vantage 3 scoring in this video. So hold on. Now, a good thing about this is that this credit card doesn't charge you an annual fee as well, all right? So if you're rebuilding your credit or just starting out building your credit, I would definitely tell you guys to take a look at this here Chase Freedom Rise credit card. That being said, let's go to some other creditors, all right? Now, this other creditor, I would tell you, and Chase is a Tier 1 financial institution. Petal credit cards, they are a Tier 4. Okay, and so what that means is that they are alternative AI type of lenders and stuff, pulling in different data points, which Again, with this here, you don't have to have like a credit score to be approved. Now, if you don't have a credit score and you're just starting out, then you may get the Petal 1, which goes from 300 to 5,000. Now, if you're rebuilding your credit and you have bad credit, then they may offer you the Petal 1 Rise. Now, this here annual fee of $59 and the credit limit go from 500 up to 3,500. Okay, so if you have just bad credit and stuff like that and you're trying to rebuild, this is the card that they will offer you. If you don't have bad credit and you're just rebuilding your credit, even without a social, you more likely are going to get this here card. Now, another thing about this is a FICO 9 scoring system. Okay, so since it is a FICO 9 scoring system, always tell you with Vantage scores as well as FICO 9 scores, those are the ones that you can build up with rent payments, utility payments, subscription payments. Those are the ones, as well as adding authorized users. Now, for those of you that are struggling to figure out which is the best authorized user to put on your credit file, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation, and I'll share with you some of the best authorized users to add to the credit file. That being said, so your Petal 1, these are unsecured cards as well. Another unsecured card when you're building your credit is the Extra card. Now, here's the interesting thing about the Extra card. It reports to the Equifax and Experian Credit Bureau. It doesn't report to TransUnion. However, all of your debit card transactions, they tally that up every month. And that's what they actually report to the credit bureaus. So that's the reason you want this. Now, the interesting thing about it, you do have to have an active checking account, which if you're going with the Chase, you'll already qualify with the active checking account and the direct deposits to get this here card. It's an app on your phone. Now, another card that you want to look at, which is unsecured to help you build your credit, again, is the Credit.ai. Which is actually Credit.ai, but it's Credit.ai. Now, the interesting thing about it, looking at that same bank account you open up with Chase, long as you have deposit, they will give you a $1,500 trade line. All right? So that's the interesting thing about these here cards. These are all unsecured credit cards to help you build or rebuild your credit. Now, there's one other card that's unsecured before I start talking about the taking advantage of your Vantage score that Chase gives you, and that's with Oportun. Now, one of the things about Oportun, because they don't operate in every state, they may not give you the loan. However, you may qualify for their credit card. Now, the good thing about this, their credit card goes up to $1,000 unsecured, $300 up to $1,000 unsecured, okay? No hard credit check, no credit history is needed. They don't do a hard credit check on your credit file for this, but they do report to all three credit bureaus, okay? So that's the interesting thing about it. Now, what we're finna do is change gears because this is so interesting. NASA Credit Union. Okay. Now with NASA Credit Union, of course, you have to become a member. It's very easy to become a member. But what they have done, NASA now, where they used to give you a mortgage, they would pull a mortgage score. I think it's like a mortgage 2 to see if you qualify for funding. They switched to the Vantage 4 scoring. And so what that means with the Vantage 4, again, we talked about what you can do to build up your Vantage score, but also like if you have medical records, judgments, they don't count those against you on your credit file. Also, in terms of like, say that you've been shopping around for a car loan and stuff, if you have like 14 inquiries, 15 inquiries, but it happened in like say 14, 15 days, they don't count that against you as well. Okay, so that's the reason for NASA. Now, the good part about it is that you can actually see if you qualify for a credit card. Once you become a member, or even before you become a member, you can see if you pre-qualify for one of their credit cards, okay, with no impact on your credit. So that's the good part about it. And again, just keep in mind, this is a Vantage for scoring. So you have a lot more flexibility than with Chase if you're going for a regular Chase credit card with their FICO 8 scoring. So you use the Chase credit journey system to see what your Vantage score is, and then, which is a Vantage 3, but it will give you some idea what you're possibly looking at on your Vantage 4 scoring as well, and then you can do a soft credit check to see if you qualify for these here cards, right? Because they have Vantage score. Another institution that's a Vantage scoring is Christian Community. It's a Vantage scoring, Vantage 4 scoring. So again, now you're able to apply for unsecured cards using a Vantage score versus using a FICO 8 score. So this is why it's very important to know who's doing what in terms of helping you rebuild your credit. Where can you actually get credit cards from? Now, of course, you have to become a member. And again, it's very easy to become a member of a Christian Community Credit Union. All right. Now, there's another lender, and this is BCU, Baxter Credit Union, BCU. They are a Vantage 3 scoring. So with your Chase credit journey score, you can reflect that to look at this, and this will give you an actual idea in terms of what you may qualify for. Now, again, in order to join Baxter Credit Union, this is all you have to do. You can join through employment, like if you're CVS, Walgreens, to my understanding, community charter, family, or this here organization, Life Money U. All right. So those are the ways that you can actually join to become a member of Baxter Credit Union. All right. So again, this is a Vantage 3 scoring system. All right. So I gave you 4. This is 3. So now you have an idea. And then one other institution that a lot of people love is this is a secured card. Now with those Vantage scores from those other credit unions, those are secured cards. But because they are a Vantage scoring system, you may be able to get an unsecured card with your Vantage score versus looking at your FICO score. Now talking about Navy Federal N Rewards. Now with Navy Federal N Rewards, it is a FICO 9 TransUnion. Okay, now you can get this here card $200, but after 6 months of on-time payment, then it turns into $2,000. Now another thing to help you in terms of with Navy Federal getting unsecured credit cards, again, is your internal scores. So how that works is basically opening up a checking and a savings, preferably the checking account you want to open up is the flagship. Open up the savings account, okay? When you do that, then what it does, as well as doing the N rewards, as well as the pledge loan, in which I made a video at going more in detail about the pledge loan, because some of you guys may be doing something that may not reflect that you're aware of that's keeping you from getting that unsecured credit card with Navy Federal. So I talk about that in the video. Now, if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.